Anthropic just released the most powerful AI model publicly available this week.
And just 5 days ago, they were also begging the rest of the AI industry to slow down.
We got to talk about it. Welcome to Cake and Compute. This week we're diving into Anthropic.
I'm Harry.
I'm Conan.
And we are your co-hosts for Cake and Compute. And so what we like to do on this podcast is before diving into a company and really taking a deep slice, like your name suggests, what we like to do is first discuss some news, have some hot takes just to keep it fun, and then actually get into the real stuff. So
Yeah, of course.
let's get started.
Yeah. So why is it called Cake and Compute, right? Cake refers to NVIDIA's Jensen Huang's theory of the 5-layer cake. I don't know if any of you guys have heard of it, but it's the most important concept to know in the age of AI. The 5-layer cake says AI as a whole, as like the AI race, is 5 layers: energy, chips, infrastructure, models, and applications, right? So it's more of like a way to think about the AI race as a whole and how we need to improve all 5 layers in order to win, right?
Right. Yeah.
You can't win the AI race if you only have 4 out of the 5 layers even,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah.
That's why you notice all the companies, what are they doing? They're trying to invest money into the areas that they don't have. Like Anthropic is trying to invest in energy, in whatever, data centers and stuff like that. Same with Google, same with all the other big AI labs. Right now, there are really only like a few companies that have 4 to 5, like full 5-stack control, vertically integrated of the cake, right?
Right.
For example, Google. Google is one of the first ones to make their own chip, the TPU. They have their model series. They have applications like Notebook LM, Gemini Chat, whatever. And they also have energy. They have like partnerships with big power plants and stuff like that. So they sort of are able to control the full 5 layers of the cake. That's why they're so successful, right?
Kind of just to continue off of that, even though there are some companies that have really gone to the full 5 layers like Huawei, there's still a massive gap between a company that has really dominated all 5 layers and, someone who's just expanded to a few. And so there are some varying business models where some companies are trying to get to all 5 first and then go deeper in each one, kind of like bread first search, I guess. You want to think about it that way. Or
Yeah, I guess,
or some companies are trying to go, are trying to just focus on one, dominate that as much as possible, and then expand to the other. So kind of like NVIDIA, right? They did the chips layer first.
Yeah, they're absolutely dominating.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So because of that, now they're getting into models, they're getting into applications, they're getting into all these things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of allowing them to dominate. So we'll see which model comes out on top for sure. But that is definitely one of the
but
more
that's
interesting
definitely the direction that all the AI labs, AI companies are going towards, because for sure, right? The 5-layer cake is so crucial to have all 5 layers together, because that way energy is crucial for chips, chips is crucial for infrastructure, and so on and so on. You can vertically integrate and optimize the entire stack, right? If you want the best applications, you need everything under it. That's why if you can control the entire cake, you optimize for it.
Right.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah, that's why, that's a big reason why Google has been ahead in the AI race for so long. It's because they've deeply invested in the entire stack.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Anyways, want to talk about some news.
Let's get into it.
So, obviously, this week we're doing deep dive on Anthropic, so I think we should start off with news from Claude, right? Claude Fable 5 released earlier yesterday, actually. And it's a Mythos class model. So maybe you guys have heard of Claude Mythos, whatever. That's the most frontier model above Claude Opus and Claude Sonnet, which are their normal models or sort of older models. Fable is the step above that. So it actually uses more compute and more usage. Like, I was using it earlier today, and it used up all my usage in like one prompt, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's state of the art on all benchmarks. Not a single model even come close.
Yeah.
Like on LM Arena, the the best like arena for AI models, and millions of people vote there on which one's the better one, like based on blind voting and stuff. It absolutely dominates across everything. Text, coding, like vision, agentic, like agents, everything. It absolutely dominates. It's absolutely insane.
It's ridiculous, that code.
Yeah.
Like, they were talking about at some point AI is going to get as good as humans, if not better, at writing code. And at that point, we'll start have to worrying about, where jobs are going to go.
I mean,
But
like
Fable, I think Fable's already reached that point. Like, it is so disgustingly good.
yeah,
code.
it's
insane.
truly very good. But I think like Fable it's up there. Like
Yeah.
it's unlike anything we've ever seen.
Yeah.
It used to be like perhaps an improvement graph like this.
Yeah.
Fable is just a jump up. Like it is just up there,
Yeah.
right? And what it brings, like in the HTML simulations, in all the other kinds of like benchmarks and stuff that people run on it, it can code Minecraft like in one go. It's so good that like it 5 or 6 prompts that Opus needed, Fable can just do in one. Like it changes fundamentally the way we prompt AI for vibe coding. You know, like because now I can tell it to do something as complicated as perhaps like just create an entire like dashboard for like a website or something, and it'll just do it. It's not like, oh, I gotta split it up into parts so the AI can digest. No, it's just like a software engineer.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like an incremental improvement. Like that Windows XP game we saw earlier, that was insane.
Yeah,
I
it
don't know
coded
how
an
it done
entire
that. Yeah,
Windows XP game with physics and everything.
yeah,
One shot.
exactly. And like the
Absolutely
UI stuff, like the UI applications have been crazy. Like it's one-shotting stuff that,
Yeah.
like, maybe took designers like
Yeah.
maybe even like experienced designers maybe in like 1 or 2 to 3 hours. Like
And even just to put this into perspective, right? Fable 5 is sort of the safe version of Mythos, right? So what they're trying to do is they're trying to make Fable like Mythos class models available to the public so that they can, profit off of it through like API tokens, stuff like that, subscriptions. But what I'm trying to say is that even though they've added those safety constraints, it still routes those sensitive topics, especially I think it's cybersecurity and biology.
right, yeah.
Yeah, it's routed to Opus, right?
Yeah.
Opus, which is intelligent, but it's super, super safe. They have like full safeguards.
Yeah, one of the most interesting things I saw, because Claude does save your preferences to memory, I know some biology students who use Claude, right? So obviously they always talk about like bio stuff or whatever they do as biology students. I wouldn't be very familiar. But like they would just say hello there, and because the system prompt included biology, then Claude would automatically route that to Opus because
Oh, really?
it was in the system prompt. Like even if semantically like it's just a word, I don't even think it has to be like an actual dangerous prompt. That's like how over the top it is.
Everything
Yeah,
cybersecurity
exactly.
and biology, it just does that. Because I told it like as soon as it came out, the first prompt actually I asked it was, how is Fable 5 perform? What can it do?
Yeah.
It was researching. It started researching.
Right.
It saw cybersecurity or whatever, immediately routed to Opus 4.8, and it says, we route it to 4.8 because it's more safe. Yeah. So it's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But
It's really nuclear. For sure.
But nonetheless, like on all the benchmarks on artificial analysis, it scores like way above everyone else.
It is a good model.
It's pretty crazy. Yeah. Pricing wise, it's double the price of Opus, which was already very expensive. $8, I think, no, $10 in USD, $50 out
Yeah.
for 1 million tokens, which is
It's
pretty crazy.
It's a lot cheaper than GPT.
It's no, it's close to the price of GPT-5 Pro.
But not
like 5.5 Pro.
Yeah.
That's like the sort of the pro version, the fast. It's quick compute, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's close to that. That's $12 in, like 120 out or something, which is kind of
Yeah,
insane.
it
I don't know
is
why anyone uses that,
stupid.
but yeah,
But yeah, that's layer 4.
yeah, that's definitely a model layer. Yeah,
Yeah,
the Anthropic again. Once again, these guys they just keep going at
yeah,
it. Every time, um, they've had like the best model for how long now? Like for all of 2026, pretty much.
yeah,
Yeah. So, and it's already like almost halfway through the year, which is pretty
yeah.
insane. I
Okay.
wonder if Gemini 3.5 Pro will be better next
We
week.
hope. We can only hope.
Yeah.
Okay. Next story. Let's go.
Yeah.
Let's get it.
So the next thing on the news, right? I looked at this and I think everyone's talking about this. The
Mhm.
IPOs happening this year, especially for AI companies. OpenAI, Anthropic, and SpaceX as well, right? Three big American AI companies. So Anthropic has confidentially filed maybe a $1 trillion valuation, which would be the biggest in
Close to it.
history. But of course, SpaceX is going for 1.75 trillion, which is like absolutely insane. Just to put that into perspective, that's like 40x higher than the previous biggest IPO, right? Which is insane. And yeah, OpenAI as well. So
Yeah.
that's something to watch out for.
Yeah, and of course, we'll talk more in our finance segments, right?
Of course, yeah.
And we'll talk more about these companies in their deep dives because SpaceX is coming next week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
OpenAI is coming soon. We'll talk all about it.
for sure. Yeah.
This is an interesting one.
Yeah. So this piece of news is really interesting actually. I think there's a lot to it, you know?
Yeah.
Remember when a while ago, I think it was Meta. Yeah, Meta was building this data center and like it needed a lot of water and energy
Yeah.
so that so electricity prices were rising. Now Meta's pulled another one and they're doing some more wild stuff. So they fired around 8,000 employees. Well, not fired, but laid off.
Right.
Right, they've been laid off,
Right.
which is 10% of their entire staff. It's absolutely insane. And up to 7,000 more, which is like another 10%, they're moving to AI units instead of doing their normal jobs and operations at Meta. Right?
Yeah.
So pretty much 1/5 of the company is being touched. Like they are being displaced from their jobs. They're either being laid off or they're being moved to the new AI sector.
Yeah.
It's
You know what
really
I think is
insane.
super interesting? I
Yeah.
think a lot of these layoffs, according to the sources I've heard from, are actually rather justified. So I remember someone saying, I'm not sure who it was, but someone was saying they had a bunch of DEI hires like product managers and people like that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure like exactly how they do it at Meta, of course.
Mm-hmm.
So take this with a grain of salt. But I'm pretty sure like all the HR people were like creating problems that didn't really exist. They're just kind of just like nothing
mean,
burgers. And then once they fired them, the problems just went away. So they figured they don't actually need these people.
of course. I mean, a lot of people they always say I get it. Oh, AI's taking away jobs. Look how it's making companies are firing people because of AI.
Yeah.
But really, AI is just making these companies more efficient.
Right.
Like if you think about it from a holistic view, you want to make life as efficient as possible for these companies. 'Cause
Productivity increase.
if you're not efficient, you're not going to win the AI race.
Right.
Your 5 layers are not going to align, right?
Yeah.
So these layoffs, yes, it affects people, but what were those people doing? Right?
Right.
They weren't even doing anything. Like, let's be honest.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
There's a reason they've been laid off. There's a reason. Because AI is nowhere near that level of software engineering. Nowhere.
Sure.
They're only being laid off because either their skills not good enough or they've just not been productive. Not using AI properly.
Fair.
Because to be fair, like Meta is such a big company, they cannot afford to have unproductive people.
Yeah.
Like that's the work culture at all these big companies, these frontier AI labs. They have to you know, consider this.
Yeah.
Keep the efficiency. And what they're doing with all this money is they're building data centers.
Yes.
At least that's what Meta is doing, which is really, really cool. And also, I would say interesting, right? I wouldn't say it's bad because it makes sense. There's a reason why they did it. But it's very interesting why they did it, right? 125 to 145 billion dollars invested into building AI data centers and for training people to run those data centers, and that money is going to be used until 2028 or 2026, just for this year.
Yeah.
Right, they're going to save that many billions, which is insane. But that's the cash injection that they're going to need to get them, up and running again. To be fair, Meta's AI is pretty bad. They came out with what Muse Spark, one model back in February, and it's all right.
I haven't even used it.
Although Meta AI is actually increasing in popularity now, like 5x of the start of the year.
Yeah.
Which is surprising. I mean, I think that's mostly because they've integrated it into Instagram now. Instagram group chats.
Yeah,
So
I guess you could say that.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Like, at Meta, tell me what's been going on in the group chat, it'll tell you everything.
Yeah.
It gets the job done. Yeah.
But again, I think there are a lot of nuances to the actual job thing. Like, I mean, the leaner a company stays, the more efficient they're going to be, the more work they're going to get done. So you don't have like a billion meetings. Well, it's not like we would know because we're in high school. But
I mean, yeah, for sure.
But yeah, either way, I feel bad for people who got laid off, but you'll get it back. Like AI's making jobs back. Like I think everyone will be fine.
It's more of like a transition period.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like AI is not taking jobs away in the sense that you're never ever gonna have a job for the rest of your life. It's forcing people to transition to new jobs that are more relevant for the future. Right?
Yeah.
For example, when the internet came, all those like people like tailors, like if you wanted to buy clothes, you had to go to somewhere. They would like measure you, everything, make your clothes for you. What is it now? I'm size small, I'm size medium, I'm size large. E-commerce is everywhere. If you want to buy something, you go online. The only thing you buy in person is groceries. And like big things that you can't really buy online. Logistics is difficult. Like what else, right?
Yeah.
Like even Uber Eats exists now. You get your groceries delivered by Instacart.
You can, yeah.
Right? Everything is just e-commerce. People are switching away from being those jobs. Where did all the tailors go? Right?
I mean, some of them still exist for sure.
They do exist. So every job will still exist, right? But it's just gonna be a very small percentage. It's like when cars took over horses. You can still ride a horse.
Yeah.
But it's more expensive.
Yeah.
It's more of like a luxurious.
It's more of an experience.
Thing of the past.
Yeah.
Experience rather than everyday life.
Yeah.
Right. Now just to finish off our new a couple of rapid fire rounds.
Yeah.
Just this. So WWDC just happened. Apple's keynote for their new software for the whole line of devices. I mean, I kind of saw this coming from the day that Apple Intelligence was announced. Well, now guess who they partnered with? Gemini.
Yep.
Google Gemini, which is empowering Android's AI for around 2 years now, which is pretty crazy. But Apple's finally got it. They got some pretty cool features that Android phones have had for a while. I'm an Android fan, so.
Well, I'm an Apple user, but I'm on the old Apple, so it's not like I'm using it.
I like the old Apple.
Yeah.
The new Apple is profitable, to say the least.
It is profitable.
Yeah. I'll just keep it at that. Right?
The earnings reports.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. All right.
But at least AI features are coming to iPhones now, which is surprisingly 80% of all phones used in North America, and 93% of what young people choose to buy.
Yeah.
Which is pretty crazy. That's like monopoly. That's insane.
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. Another news event. GitHub Copilot used to be the best. Like I would recommend this to a lot of people if they wanted to start vibe coding and they didn't want to pay that much for Claude, because Claude tokens, you like to be honest, you get no tokens with Claude with the normal pro plan. It's like limited, right?
Yeah.
So GitHub Copilot was this like $11 a month, use any model you like, which was pretty insane. But they switched to token billing now, so that's gone. They're billing you based on how many tokens you use. So some
Really?
people that were still on that $11 a month, they paid like $150 this month. It's insane.
It's crazy.
But I mean, AI is only gonna get more expensive from here, you know.
Yeah.
Like back in 2022 when GPT first came out, well, I guess it wasn't that expensive to train it compared to today, but back then it was considered a big, big investment, right? To train such a large model for the time, GPT-3, and thus GPT-4 that came out. It was all free, right? Until they started monetizing it, getting money, and all the other companies sprang up. Even open source companies, open source labs, they're charging now for subscriptions.
Glad.
You know. So yeah, it's only gonna get more expensive from here. Honestly, if you want to use AI, now's the best time to use it.
That's true. I mean, I think there's a limit to how high prices can go though, because I did hear stuff about a lab actually rehiring junior developers because the API costs were getting too crazy. But like the plans right now, because the companies, most of them are still subsidizing their customers. You know, the term like the more you burn, the more you raise.
Of
So
course. But then models are getting exponentially better.
yeah,
Like, they're getting a lot better
I agree.
all the time. So I guess a higher price is justified. But
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, but like the high prices, like the profits are mostly off of enterprise of these companies, and like with like a $15 cursor plan, I remember I spent like 1,000 in like Claude, right? Because that's the only model I was using, and again with like some of these other plans with some of the newer labs like GLM, which hasn't been around as long as like, well, hasn't been popular for as long as like Anthropic or OpenAI. Like their costs are still way lower, so they're giving you like 3x deals and whatever, and they're giving so much more usage for the price, which is why I would still recommend to anyone that we would still use them. But anyways, I think that brings us into our monthly model recommendations.
I have one more thing to say.
One more thing. Okay.
So, like, sort of on the profitability ones, right?
Okay.
A lot of people ask me all the time, and like I see this on the internet all the time as well. How does a company like DeepSeek have the money to train their models? Because it's fully free,
Yeah.
and they open source all the research, so they're not selling the research. Like, how are they making money, right? I can use their model for free. Like, it's not like anywhere, like Claude, Gemini, you have to pay for those if you want to use the pro models, like Opus or 3.0 Pro. But how is DeepSeek giving you near frontier intelligence with no cost? Like, a lot of people don't know, right? And the reality is that inference that is needed for you to use DeepSeek in DeepSeek chat, the cost is very little compared to how much they sell through their API.
Yeah.
Right? Like the API that people, they pay to use the model. Right? But a lot of people, why would you pay for the model if you just use it for free on the chat? Right? If you're building an AI application, you want to use their API. That way you can use it not just like as a question and answer on your browser, but maybe you want to use the code, right? Put it in a coding agent, it can code. Maybe you have an application that uses it for like a chatbot or something, or like some sort of search, right?
Yeah.
That way, it will, you can actually use the model, integrate it into your own systems, and that's what a lot of people are looking for. That's what a lot of people need, the API. And that's how they're getting their money. They get the compute, they run the model for you, and they sell you the API. And DeepSeek is insane as well. Their API is their new V4 Pro Max V4 Pro is like 18 cents USD for a million
Yeah.
tokens, and they're still making 50 to 70% like margin on that.
Yeah.
Like that's insane.
And their training costs are only like
Their training costs
40 mil.
are 10x, 100x
Cheaper.
less
Yeah.
than
Yeah.
Anthropics, than OpenAI, than Google. They're such a good model company. There's no model in the world. I'm gonna be honest here. Even Fable 5, that's my, you know, that's that's one of my hot takes actually. DeepSeek's models are better designed and better made than any model ever in the world.
I don't hate that
Even
take.
even the new Fable 5.
I mean,
Because the way that they have gotten gotten so far with so little, it's absolutely mind-boggling.
it's nothing but good engineering.
Of course.
Yeah. We got to talk about them soon. We got to do that.
Yeah.
Like, what's on the list? Well, we're going to do Anthropic today. SpaceX, OpenAI, NVIDIA, they're all coming.
All the big companies, they're all coming. Deep dives, everybody.
So DeepSeek.
Yeah, deep dive.
Right after this AI wave,
Of course.
DeepSeek. Let's go. Yeah. Anyways, I think that brings us into
hot takes.
our hot takes. Yeah. Okay,
So
so
start us off.
I'll start us off. This is an interesting one.
Okay. By the way, I've not heard of any of these.
Yeah.
So
I don't know any of his either.
Yeah, so this is gonna be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
So we're gonna see.
Okay, let's go. Human programmers are no longer the bottleneck to success. Product managers are.
Okay, I understand. It's pretty hot today. Pretty hot. But especially after Fable 5 and what I've seen, I think it's becoming just only more and more real. Because think about it, how much has like coding agents helped software engineers, like massive amounts. People are saying they can do like 20x more productivity in a day. Like there are literally, you definitely see this on your social media as well. Like Fable 5 just launched, my productivity just doubled because that's the reality. But who's managing these people? It can't be just one person having all these great ideas, finishing the entire product. They gotta work together. Like you need a team of people.
So, my take on the matter, I think that product managers alone are not enough. Because most of the time, I understand at Google there's some product managers, there's some like people who just solely control the vision, kind of like what Steve Jobs wanted. But I think the main thing is that just product managers are not technical enough to know what is possible and what's not possible. Like you see so many engineers that are fed up with bosses that don't know how to code or don't know anything about the field that they're in. And that's why recently there's so many CEOs that have been technical instead of MBAs like they traditionally were, and why that's been so successful, because it works better when you and the people working under you are just simply on the same page. Okay. Yeah, but that's my take on it. What's your hot take?
You know, like on that, I think it's true. Like I fully agree with your hot take because, you know, you know, recently Apple CEO changed from Steve Jobs. No, no. Wait. From Tim Cook to John Turnus, right? And Tim Cook was not a product guy. He was a profits guy. That's why during Tim Cook's reign of Apple, to be honest, I didn't really like it. Steve Jobs' era was absolutely incredible. It was sad to see him go, but Tim Cook, man, he was not that good. Like, he's just trying to chase profits. Like, to be fair, he did really well with Apple, but I just think that now that John Turnus is here, we're getting Google integrated into our into Apple Intelligence, as well as, you know, like a lot of new actually innovative features because he's VP. He used to be VP of product design, right? He is he's the product guy. He knows the product well. He knows what needs to be better, right? So, and now I'm predicting actually that Apple's gonna make a little bit of a comeback. They're gonna start making innovations. Like later this year, they're doing the iPhone Fold, right? So I think innovations wise, they're definitely gonna do really well.
Yeah, they're becoming more of a product. Anyways, what's your hot take? What's your hot take?
Okay. So, what is my hot take? My hot take is Fable 5 is not a big deal. Not in the sense that it's not a big deal. Like, oh yeah, of course it's a big deal. But models are going to catch up. I think 3.5 Pro will be at least Fable 5 level or better. Kimi K3 will approach Fable 5 level. It will surpass Opus 4.8. And I think other AI labs as well, such as OpenAI with their, I mean, 5.6 is coming out. I don't know how good that's going to be. I don't think that's going to be as good as Fable. If I'm going to be honest. The jump from 4.4, 5.4 to 5.5 is so little. Same with 5.4 to 5. Like, the only thing that changed, like, for 5.4 was 1 million context, intelligence, a little boost. 5.5 now is, like, I don't even know what they changed. I'm going to be honest. Right? Like, OpenAI is either got to lock in or they got to get a new CEO. Right? But I think that, you know, Fable 5, this is going to be normal. By the end of the year, Fable 5 will be a bad model. No one will use it because it's not good. You know, that's my hot take. I'm not done yet. Wait, I'm not done yet. Why is it not a good model? Because there will be better models, for sure. Gemini 4 will be out in later this year, right? Claude 5 will be out. Well, I guess Fable 5 is Claude 5. Is it? I guess, right? Well, I just want, okay, let's see what you think about this, but this is my hot take. I'm willing to argue.
Okay, so I think this should go on the bets board. We will have a bets board right there. We're going to track our bets. And I think that you are wrong on this take. I don't think that Mythos or Fable 5 specifically, individually, is such a big deal that, you know, it alone is like recursive superintelligence or AGI, I guess. I saw a lot of people joking that it was AGI, and I get the joke.
It's not AGI.
Obviously. But, like, I think the biggest thing is that, well, the first thing I disagree with you on is that Fable 5 will be a bad model by the end of the year. It will still be top 5 by the end of the year.
Top 5.
It will be top 5.
No. No.
Gemini,
Top 5?
I don't think 3.5 is going to be better. I think maybe K 3.5 might be like on par. I know Gemini 4 will be probably a little bit better and more efficient, so you could say that's a better model. But if you're just looking at like purely artificial intelligence index, I don't think there's many models that are actually going to be better. Like, there's a lot of intelligence increases you could argue for sure. Like for Quen, like every single model is getting better and better and better. But like I don't see, like I still don't code with Quen because despite it ranking so high on the benchmarks or whatever, I just don't think it's that good of a model.
You know, actually, speaking of Quen, I'm trying to start using Quen more in coding. Like the 3.7 Max model that just came out like last month. I actually think that Quen, Quen makes good models along with DeepSeek. But yeah, Quen on open code. I'm trying that out. I'll let you know how it goes. But I think that that could replace my current daily driver, which is Kimi K2.6 with Kimi code, right? Kimi K2.6 on Kimi code is so amazing with the agent swarm and everything, but I'm trying out Quen. I've used Opus before. It's good, but it's not that much better that I'm willing to pay Claude 5X. Because to be honest, Opus on normal is not even enough, let alone Fable. I barely can use Fable, right? So, of course, other options have to exist. I'm gonna be trying Quen, and I think No, I'm standing by that. Fable is not going to be a good model by the end of the year. Like, it's going to be the equivalent of like Gemini 3 Pro right now. Like the original Gemini 3 Pro. Like, not the 3.1. Like, the one that you don't even see on the leaderboards anymore. Like, I'm going to be fully honest. Yeah, I know you want the money.
Gemini 3 Pro is still amazing, right? It's still an incredible model, in my opinion. Like, the thing with these models is that, I don't know, they're just not that good. Like, I don't know how to explain it. It's a little difficult to describe, but like, I have a list of models that haven't messed up my code yet, and there's literally only 3 models on the code right now. Number 1 is Kimi K2.6, which I'm currently daily driving. It's OpenAI.
Kimi, please sponsor us.
Yeah, please do. Um, it's it's GPT 5.5 X high because I literally have not had enough compute to use it enough.
Yes.
So that doesn't really count. And I'm sure if I used it more, it'd probably mess up because a lot of these OpenAI models just end up doing that somehow. And it's Opus 4.6 has not messed it up. Opus 4.7 has not messed it up. And I haven't used Opus 4.8. So Opus 4.8 hasn't messed it up either.
I think 4.7 is better than 4.8.
He just
In
said
my
he thinks 4.7 is better than 4.8. Well, I haven't used either. I mean, I've used 4.7, not 4.8. So I can't really speak on that, but I wish I could. Anyways, that's interesting.
Well, if you can't speak on it, I'm right.
Okay. All right.
All right. I mean, I think that's enough of a sort of a hot take section. That was pretty hot to start, but yeah. Maybe you want to talk about something you saw. Actually, I saw something earlier this week. Um, Google Omni. A lot of you guys, well, it's not this week, I guess, but it's probably last week. It launched with 3.5 Flash, and it's their new Omni model. So it can generate videos from images, it can generate images from text, it can generate anything from anything. It's omni-modal, which means like text, image, video, whatever, audio. It can generate anything, and it's just taken on Arena AI. It's just taken the top spot for text to video, which is really like by a lot. Like you thought C Dance 2.0 was good? No, not anymore because Google Omni blows it out of the water. Absolutely blows it out of the water. It's insane. Like you guys can search on like X or something. There's so many videos of people using it. Like it looks real. Like this is the first time I'm having trouble sort of identifying AI generated video from real video just from a first look. Like if I take a closer look, yeah, you can tell. But from a first look, I like it's not like, oh, this video is AI. No, like you need to actually sort of analyze the video to see if it's AI or not and be skeptical. Otherwise, you really can't tell. It's getting really good.
I kind of agree with that. I've been seeing some videos like that recently, and I totally agree. In my opinion, I never liked Sea Dance. I didn't think it was good. I haven't tried Gemini Omni yet. Yeah, I didn't think Sea Dance was good. Gemini Omni, I have not tried it yet, but I've seen some results, and it's pretty crazy. Further reinforces why Google's probably the best lab in the world. But yeah, we'll talk about Google.
I have opinions on that one as well.
I love Google, man. Okay, but anyways, one cool thing I saw this week was really kind of related to all the Fable 5 stuff. It was on X, like, cause I do a lot of like UI stuff, and I do a lot of video. Well, I don't do a lot of video creation, but I do a lot of UI stuff. So a lot of people were just a lot of people on Twitter are just saying like, "Oh, I made this UI with one prompt, and it's like the Julio front end or something, or something ridiculous." And that was just the one example I saw for UI. I know definitely a lot more people are in like graphic design or like motion design, and so there's so many videos. I sent him a bunch. I was getting rage baited because it was like,
Oh yeah,
it was all the
those are crazy.
yeah. These guys are making like are spending like 3 days making like an advertisement for like an AI lab or something. And it was like, I made this video with Fable in one prompt. But yeah, it's pretty stupid. That's just one funny thing I've been seeing all day this week. It's literally my entire feed, and they all respond to the original Fable 5 post. So Yeah, that's been pretty funny.
I mean, Fable 5 is just such a big thing. I think this is a perfect segue really
Into our deep dive.
our deep dive. Yep. So
Does that work?
what?
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
No,
sick.
I only have one piece of current event news, I guess. What?
Does the mic work?
Well, it's on like 2% battery.
Okay.
We'll see.
Well, it works. It works. All right. Let's go.
So Anthropic, right?
Anthropic. Let's get
Anthropic
into it.
is the company. It's what this is what y'all have been waiting for, of
Right.
course. Anthropic
is-
is the most profitable AI company. They have the best models. Top two models are actually Fable 5 and Opus 4.8 are both frontier. They're both beating every model.
And then 4.7 is third.
4.7 is still
Right.
beating every
Yeah.
other model.
Yeah.
4.6, it's getting to its age, but it's still good.
Yeah,
It's still
great.
amazing. And yeah, so
Let's get into it.
all right.
Okay, so obviously they've been dominating layer 4, and they were founded in 2021 by
Layer 4 as in models.
right, and they were founded in 2021 by the siblings Dario and Daniela Amode, and they were colleagues and executives who left OpenAI over some safety and direction disagreements. You'll see this theme come up a lot: safety and direction, along with some other founding members. But the irony is that the rebel offshoot of a company that was itself kind of a rebel offshoot. And so it's always been a safety first lab. Their kind of ideology is constitutional AI.
That's
Right.
a big thing.
And this is kind of important now because we're reaching Mythos and Fable. So recently, if you guys haven't heard, obviously Fable's out, but we also said at the beginning of the video, there's been some stuff regarding them saying that models are going to reach recursive self-improvement. And at that point, it's kind of just AGI, because if you give it enough runtime, it's just going to get
Exactly, yeah.
infinitely good, right?
Yeah, and
it's gonna get
really,
smarter.
really quickly as well.
Exactly.
You know,
Like, it's exponential.
I bet the U.S. government is so mad right now that Fable 5 just launched, and they can't use any of it for any of their surveillance or automated launch. You know, like I think you remember that lawsuit that happened earlier, or not
Oh, yeah,
not
yeah.
lawsuit, or like it was something that just happened. Like OpenAI agreed. Oh yeah, we let you use our AI to do anything.
Well, I think that was kind of stupid because they were trying to use it in autonomous robots, and I don't think they have good enough engineering to put an LLM
No
into autonomous
way.
robots to
No
make it work.
way. No.
I mean, that's kind of what I'm working on right now, actually.
Yeah,
But
it's gonna be
Yeah.
a big thing in the future for sure.
you got to combine it with the VLAs. If you know, you know. But anyways, the big thing is Fable 5 launched because it was a version of Mythos that was, of course, as we mentioned, with safeguards. So it's literally the same model, but they just won't let you use it for anything near biology or cybersecurity or any area of risk, because of course they already found like a ton of 0 days, and they found like a ton of I'm guessing I haven't heard of any of this, but I'm guessing they were banning biology for a reason, because of the risk of like pathological
Like
weapons
yeah,
and stuff like
it could like it could if you prompt it well enough.
Yeah.
It could possibly make like COVID-26.
that. COVID-26 is crazy.
Like it might actually.
That's a crazy way to put it, but I kind of like that. Yeah. But anyways, my question for you is: do you think that their direction is actual conviction, or is it just like a marketing differentiator?
I think they genuinely think that. Like a lot of people think that these CEOs are big bad people. But no, like they're still humans. They're not like, yes, the money is there, like oh ethics don't matter when you see that $500 million. But I understand that. I've never seen that much money in my life, but like, you know, it really, I think they're still humans,
I agree.
if you know what I mean. Because Dario especially, he is so rooted in his like sort of values. He is so rooted in that sense that, you know, ethics first, performance second, right? Ethics over everything. Because And I think this really actually worked out as positively for them. Even if like, oh, maybe the models were marginally worse because they took into account ethics a lot more than other labs. But really, it's something that companies and enterprise value. They value that security and that, you know, oh, this model isn't going to destroy my whole company or anything like that. Because that's not a promise that other labs can make.
So maybe I think the argument for why they released Fable 5 then, despite their warnings, is that because they were saying we're dangerously close to recursive self improvement. And I think the ideal behind that is they're saying, like, they know internally that a lot of the other labs are nearing it as well. So at some point, like, there's not much harm done in releasing Fable or eventually releasing Mythos, which is also why they're doing stuff like Project Glasswing. It's like
Yeah,
the only purpose of that is so that it can like start removing the 0 days and stuff like that. So
of course.
Mythos
Yeah,
can actually be
those
released.
are insane. Mythos is finding
Yeah,
like
yeah, that's crazy.
yeah, that is they're finding 0 day, 0 days in like all the big like internet,
Yeah,
even just the internet infrastructure
yeah,
in the entire infrastructure of the internet because it just knows so much and it is so intelligent, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Models aside, I do think another really important thing that sets them apart is their business model. So I did discuss this in the finance
Mm-hmm.
episode. Go check
Yeah.
that
Go
out.
check that
Link
out,
is in
guys.
the description. But their business model, like I'm pretty sure they're 80% from enterprise, if I'm not mistaken. Um, or they're definitely more enterprise than any other model provider in the world. And I think OpenAI is around like 60% or something for all their revenue,
Mm-hmm.
which is an insane gap. And so because of that, naturally, enterprises um, it's lower acquisition cost and they're stickier customers because they typically stay with the company for longer as
Mm-hmm.
opposed to like someone like me or you who could just go out and
Yeah,
like switch
I was
subscriptions
gonna
all the time.
switch, right?
Right.
But like, especially companies, if you can capture that market share for enterprise, you're set,
Yeah.
right? Like, it's not that easy to migrate an entire uh, like your productivity stack onto another model, even if it's just another model, because you're getting through Anthropic provider, the API. It's a big process, right?
Yeah.
And the fact that they've done this like this sort of safe way, they've captured a lot of um, enterprises' attention because they value this sort of security a lot. Because now that AI is becoming this, like everyone's scared of AI. That's another thing. Everyone is scared of AI. Like, I don't know why, but everyone just seems to be scared of AI. It's absolutely stupid to me because AI is going to improve everyone's life dramatically for sure. You can mark my words on that. It may not seem like it now. How is like these big companies are building data centers? They're spending hundreds of billions, trillions of dollars building data centers and training models. How does it even benefit me? Why do I need to pay taxes for this, right? The reality is, it will help the average person, everybody on the earth
I agree.
in the future. It first of all, it empowers people that don't have opportunity, and it gives them opportunity to do stuff, right? AI is like AI is free. You can use AI to build applications, to run businesses, to do anything. It really gives opportunity to everybody. And this is only gonna give the average person's life higher quality,
Yeah.
right? Like so I don't know why people are scared of AI. Because I think it's to me it's just their ego that something is smarter than they're smarter than us humans.
Mm.
They've watched too many sci-fi movies, maybe.
I was about
I
to
don't
say
know.
that.
But AI is amazing and we should invest in it as much as possible, for sure. Because it's a transformational technology that's gonna it's a technology that helps every aspect of our life and all the other fields of science and technology that we're going in, like fusion technology, robotics, medical, like aeronautical, whatever stuff that they're doing in space. It helps with everything, right?
But you have to take this into account. Claude, this is a first, by the way. Anthropic has actually restricted other AI researchers from using Claude for AI research.
That is true. It is, I mean, that's with intelligence. More risk.
I
Either
guess.
risk of getting better, as a society, finding new things, but also it will have, you know,
Dude, Yannick is getting
it'll
late.
have extremely powerful cyber skills and capabilities, as well as just in general being able to do malicious stuff even behind your back.
Yeah.
It's possible.
That's a fair take. This is like one of the only things I would say there's no clear strategy or direction behind it. I don't see any good reason for why they would do this, but I think the reason will reveal itself over time.
Yeah.
But that's essentially it.
Yeah,
But anyways,
it's just, are you willing to take the risk to, you know, just sort of have this idea, like how SpaceX launches those rockets and they fail all the time, but they learn so much from it. Like, should we approach AI and just throw everything we have at it and do whatever we can and see what works? Or do we take the safe route that NASA's been taking the entire time? Every single launch needs to be perfect. Nothing can fail.
that's a
'Cause,
fair take. But hear me out on this. When NASA fails, billions of dollars just go straight down the drain, and
Exactly.
like human lives are lost. Like the astronauts die, right?
Yeah.
If they're on the rocket ship.
See, that's why I
But listen,
think.
listen, listen.
Okay.
What I'm trying to say is, well, what Anthropic is trying to say is not me, but I do agree with this point. The AI industry is like a car with no brakes and only an accelerator, which is why they wrote in that report, if AI does reach recursive self-improvement, there's no stopping AI. Like it's just gonna keep getting better to the point where you're not gonna be able to stop it fast enough, which is why they can't release Mythos right now, and they
Course.
can't release those other models.
Because they just don't know. And I think it's generally a good thing for humanity. It's just people aren't ready for it.
Yeah, people are not ready. That's exactly the
People
point.
aren't
That's what they're
ready
trying
to
to say.
see a model get so good that their lives will be changed. They're not ready for it.
Yeah, like it
they
has to
want
be
to live
slower
in their
change.
little comfort zone because I mean, life as a whole is just, you know, people are living their lives. They want to go about their day.
Yeah.
They don't want new things to happen. They want stability.
It's not just about what people want though. Like this is actually a huge, huge change.
Yeah.
If recursive self-improvement is reached, it's pretty much just AGI. Like I think that's what AGI is. I'm not gonna lie. I think that's what it is. If you get to the point where
I mean,
the models are exponentially just improving on themselves, and like because obviously every single time that happens,
zero human input is
yeah,
yeah.
every single time that happens, obviously the next time they're gonna get better and better, and then
It's
they
less
find improvements
and less.
faster and faster.
Well, okay, there is a sense of like less and less human input, I guess.
And that's scary. It's a loss of control.
But I think really what it is more and more computer input or intelligence input from the AI itself, like self-learning, the more and more of that, that's true. But there's also been more and more human involvement as well.
Well,
Think
yeah, but that's
about it.
manufactured. They're
How
doing that on
many?
purpose, right?
No, like how many AI engineers worked on GPT-3 compared to GPT-5? There's been more human effort needed to train GPT-5 and to develop the model, right? Same with Fable 5 compared to Opus. Although there's more sort of like self-improvement style of going about it, AI engineers are in demand right now. People need more AI engineers because these models are better and better. They just need more, in general, more engineering that's going into it, right? It's not just, oh, we need more, like, we're getting better and better recursive. Yes, of course, it's going to be like that one day. Like, we're gonna reach it one. It's possible. We don't know how it's possible. Nobody knows how it's possible, but it is, and you just have to believe that. It's hard to say such a claim like that without proof, but it's true, and that's the only way you're gonna, there is no proof because it's impossible to have proof for that.
Which is why like they're going to VLAs now and like JEPA and like world models. But yeah, I like for GPT-3, I think the argument for having less people is that obviously it was way earlier on, and there weren't as many people actually in machine learning and actually developing AI, which is why they only had 31 employees working on it or something like that. And now they have like hundreds of thousands. But the point is, like, because that model happened, like the field grew. And because like Gemini, and we'll talk about this in our Google
No,
deep
but
dive.
I think
Wait,
this is more of like a percentage. Like what percentage of like when you're training a new model, what percentage of it is self-training or percentage of it is human input,
Oh, I understand what you're saying. You're
right?
talking about self-input versus like human input as compared to how many people are working on this model versus another model. That's what you're trying to say.
Like how many people are working on this model compared to how much is this model learning from itself?
Right, yeah, okay, I get what you're saying.
Like
Totally
that
get what you're
ratio is improving.
Yeah.
There's more and more of the training is it improving itself.
Yeah.
And one day, it's gonna
Is
reach
it
the
gonna all be
point
itself?
where that's AGI.
Maybe,
That's
yeah.
AGI.
Yeah.
And the cool thing is you need human input to do that. Human input with the current generation to make the next generation more autonomous. It's really cool how it works.
I kind of agree with that. Yeah. I can get on board with that. But then again, I think there is an argument as to why LLMs will never reach recursive self-improvement because like if that was just true, well, obviously as you said there's no proof for it, right? But I think there's very strong evidence, which is why some labs are still in LLMs. And maybe they're just in it for the money, but like some open source labs are still in it, right? And I know a ton of people have actually left developing LLMs, like the best engineers in the world, and they're on like I said, like VLAs, JEPAs, world models, whatever. And I think that's for good reason. I hope it does go the best of both worlds, like both of these routes succeed.
Yeah, I mean, for sure, LLM is going to be a big part of AGI, whatever that is. But yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
LLMs are, maybe it's sort of like a frontier. Like it can, like maybe we reach LLMs are able to self-improve, but it improves on itself less and less every generation.
Yeah.
Like there is gonna be a limit, I think, with LLMs. If you want it to self-improve,
I agree.
I think with anything really there is a limit. There's nothing that's truly exponential, right? Like if you
I
think
kinda
about it,
agree.
there
Yeah.
really isn't anything that's truly exponential. It's more like yes, it's exponential and then it sort of flattens out again. Like the intelligence that self-improvement can gain, I think at first it'll be really cool to see it, improve really quickly on itself, but I think that will sort of round off
Maybe. That is
unless
a
we
possible
have
argument.
better fundamental, like sort of a seed that we give it to grow into.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely something to watch out for in the future, something to take a look at, right?
Speaking of other stuff we have to watch out for in the future, in the coming weeks, Gemini 3.5 Pro will be coming out.
Of course. That'll
Um,
be insane. I'm waiting.
yeah.
I've been waiting for that for a whole year.
Yeah.
When 2.5 Pro came out last year,
Oh man.
the way it beat, well, Claude wasn't even a big thing. Sonnet 4 was
Yeah.
what it was, and Opus 4, or 4.1, Opus 4.1.
I think so.
Opus, actually, speaking of Opus, it's been on the fourth generation for a while now.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, Sonnet 4, yeah, those were not like super frontier levels or models. The frontier ones was last year. DeepSeek in January.
Yeah.
Was huge, and then Quen 2.5 shortly after.
I don't remember Quinn.
No. Quen was big.
Okay. Maybe you're right. I don't remember it.
Yeah, I remember because I saw this story. Quen 3 or Quen 2.5 released right after DeepSeek. The Quen guy, well now he's gone from Quen, but he said
Oh yeah.
like the sort of manager, supervisor of all those all the AI engineers. He himself is a really smart engineer as well. He told them, "You're not going home for Spring Festival until you get this model finished, trained out there." And the team did it. They managed to get Quen 2.5 out with all their variants, the 4B, 9B, 27B, all of those. They managed to pump it out, all open source, before. Yeah. It was not R1 level, but it was like right below.
Yeah.
And then Quen 3 came.
Yeah.
That was also big.
Yeah.
But really, Gem 2.5 Pro was insane. It beat everything. Like, it was ChatGPT o1 and a DeepSeek R1.
Right.
Were the first, like, actual reasoning models. And then 2.5 Pro just came and absolutely
wiped the floor. Yeah.
Wiped the floor. Same how Fable 5 just wiped the floor. Hopefully, I think 3.5 Pro will be at the same level or better than Fable 5.
I don't think it'll be better.
There's only one way to find out. It's later this month. It's already the 12th, so I guess we'll see.
Yeah. Also, GPT 5.6. Let's be honest here. I don't think.
Let's be honest.
anything
GPT 5.6 is a little bit of
It's not gonna
a
be that
marketing ploy, we could say.
GPT 6 will be AGI. No, Grok 6 will be AGI. Actually, I remember Elon said that. That's
Grok
fine.
6 will be AGI. That's what they all say.
Yeah, but SpaceX first trading days, that should be happening soon. Anthropic might be happening soon. Watch out for that. We'll talk. I talked more in our finance episode.
Yep. Do you buy the IPO or no?
Well,
Right?
I'm not gonna give an opinion.
I think you
look
gotta
at the data
I
I give
think
you
you might want
and make your own
to check
decision.
out our
Yeah, you
financial
definitely should.
episode to get some more insight.
You definitely should. But yeah, this is going to be a very exciting month in AI and very exciting year as well. Although some people are scared of the AI pause, I don't think it's going to happen. But anyways, next year, next year?
Next week.
Stay tuned for our SpaceX
Deep dive.
It's going to be better than this one because we're learning as we go. This is our first episode. But anyways, next week,
SpaceX deep dive.
SpaceX.
Yep.
It's going to be better than this one because we're learning as we go.
It's gonna be better than this one. Yeah, this is
First episode.
first episode.
I think.
Hope you guys enjoyed.
Yeah.
Peace out, guys.
Yeah, be sure to like and subscribe. These videos take a lot of effort to make. I love saying that. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Peace
Thanks
out.
for watching. See you in the next one.